Paws, the night before Christmas, and all that I know is that neighbor was stirring the pot on the stove. So I watch and I wait, and I hope that he drops a piece of whatever he stirs up above. I'm supposed to be snuggled asleep in my bed, but when neighbor is cooking, oh, the smells in my head. I can't seem to resist watching close for what drops as he cooks in the kitchen with cameras and pots. When all of a sudden I heard a big clatter, in neighbor's kitchen there was something the matter. I jumped to all fours and I barked in a flash and tore into the kitchen in time for the crash. The moan on his lips when he saw what had happened brought joy to my heart, 'cause all I imagined was what would that mess that was all over the floor taste like when I licked it, and could I get more? But neighbor was clever, so shockingly quick, and that mess on the floor that I wanted to lick, he cleaned up while practically shouting my name, and my hopes for that snack were lost. What a shame. Down Sadie, go Sadie, no Sadie, not. That food on the floor that was in my pot is not meant for you. You go back to bed and dream of those dog treats that dance in your head. My eyes, how they teared up, my whiskers they drooped. Disappointment took over at neighbor's rebuke. So my hope of a holiday treat from the stove just melted away like a late winter snow. And neighbor, upset with what he had dropped, began planning what's next with his culinary flop, and I, with my well-rounded belly and moping, returned to my watching, and waiting, and hoping. For hungry am I and eager to taste the flavors that neighbor tries not to waste. I hope that he offers what cooks in his pot. Oh, I'll be waiting when it conveniently drops. He says not a word and goes back to his work and refills his pot till it boils and perks. I no more is cooking that appeals to my nose, so I wait and I watch and I once again hope. He hums and creates, and sometimes he whistles, adds pepper and salt and removes all the gristle. It smells good, I'm dreaming, I'm drooling a lot, while neighbor replaces what jumped out of his pot. Oh, the aroma, the promise, my stomach, it growls. If only he'd hurry and toss to the ground my share of this project he's designed with this food to share with so many friends on YouTube. And then in a blink, his recipe was done. He whooped and he hollered and shouted, "How fun!" "Sadie," he cried, "I've got it good looking. Now look in the camera and say with me, let's get cooking." I waited for scraps, I hoped he would drop, but it looked like this time he simply would not. So I slunked back to bed where I decided to dream of a snack that Santa might send down for me. Then neighbor in his kitchen cleaned up his big mess, finished his project and called it a big success. But I heard him explain to the camera farewell, a Merry Christmas to all. Until next time, be well.